This is one of the different ones. This is one of the ones that you catch, right? Or is that one?
Yeah, that's the booster. So that's the super heavy booster. That's the one with the booster's got 33 engines. By version 4, that will have about 10,000 tons of thrust. Right now it's about 8,000 tons of thrust. That's the largest flying object ever made.
I had to explain to someone, they were going, why do they blow up all the time if you're so smart? Because there was this fucking idiot on television. Some guy was being interviewed and they were talking about you, and he goes, oh, I think he's a fuckwit. And he goes, he's a fuckwit. And he goes, why do you say he's a fuckwit? Oh, his rockets keep blowing up. And someone said, yeah, well, why do his rockets blow? And I had to explain.
Yeah.
Because it's the only way you find out what the tolerances are. You have to a few of them
explore the
have to
corners
blow
of
up.
the box. So like, so when you do a new rocket development program, you have to do what's called, exploring the limits, the corners of the box, where you say it's like worst case this, worst case that, to figure out where the limits are. So you blow up, not admittedly in the development process, sometimes it blows up accidentally. But we intentionally subject it to, a flight regime that is much worse than what we expect in normal flight, so that when we put people on board or valuable cargo, it doesn't blow up. So for example, for the flight that you saw, we actually deliberately took heat shield tiles off the ship, off of Starship, in some of the worst locations, to say, okay, if we lose a heat shield tile here, is it catastrophic or is it not? And nonetheless, Starship was able to do a soft landing in the Indian Ocean, just west of Australia, and it got there from Texas in 35, 40 minutes type of thing. So
it landed even though you put it through this situation where it has compromised shield.
We brought it in hot, like in an extra hot trajectory with missing tiles, to see if it would still make it to a soft landing, which it did. Now, I should point out, it did have. There were some holes that were burnt into it, but it was robust enough to land despite having some holes burnt into it. Because it's coming in like a blazing meteor. You can see the real-time video.
Well, tell me the speed again, because the speed was bananas. You were talking about...
Yeah, it's like 17,000 miles an hour. We'll call it like 25 times the speed of sound or thereabouts. It's like 12 times faster than a bullet from an assault rifle. Bullet from an assault rifle is around Mach 2.
And it's huge.
Yeah. Yeah. Or if you compare it to like a bullet from a 45 or 9mm, which is subsonic, that's, it'll be about 30 times faster than a bullet from a handgun.
30 times faster than a bullet from a handgun, and it's the size of a skyscraper.
Yes. Yeah. That's fast.
It's so wild. It's so wild to see, man.
We have not yet succeeded in achieving full reusability, but we at last have a rocket where full reusability is possible, and I think we'll achieve it next year. That's a really big deal, and the reason that's such a big deal is that full reusability drops the cost of access to space by 100, maybe even more than 100 actually. So it could be like 1,000. You can think of it like any mode of transport. Like imagine if aircraft were not reusable. Like you flew somewhere, you throw the plane out. Like imagine if, like the way conventional rockets work, is it would be like if you had an airplane, and instead of landing at your destination, you parachute out, and the plane crashes somewhere, and you land at your and you land in a parachute at your destination. And that would be a very expensive trip. and you'd need another plane to get back. But that's how the other rockets in the world work. Now, the SpaceX Falcon rocket is the only one that is at least mostly reusable. You've seen the Falcon rocket, land. We've now done over 500 landings of the SpaceX rocket, of the Falcon 9 rocket. And this year, we'll deliver probably, I don't know, somewhere between 2,200 and 2,500 tons to orbit with the Falcon 9 Falcon Heavy rockets, not counting anything from Starship.
And this is mostly Starlink?
Yes, mostly Starlink, but we launched many other, we even launched our competitors to Starlink on Falcon 9. We charge them the same price, pretty fair. SpaceX this year will deliver roughly 90% of all Earth mass to orbit.
Wow.
And then of the remaining 10%, most of that is done by China, and then the remaining, roughly 4% is everyone else in the world, including our domestic competitors. The goal of SpaceX is to get rocket technology to the point where we can extend life beyond Earth, and that we can establish a self-sustaining city on Mars, a permanent base on the Moon. That would be very cool. I mean, imagine if we had like a moon base alpha where there was like a permanent science base on the moon.
That would be pretty dope. Or at
Yeah.
least a tourist trap.
I mean,
A lot of people would be willing to go to the moon for a tour.
that's for sure.
To be just
And
to
we could
look
probably
back.
pay for our space program with that. you know?
Probably, yeah. Well,
Because it's like if you could go to the moon with and safely, I think we'd get a lot of people would pay for that. you know?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
After the first year, after nobody died for like a
yeah,
year.
just make sure exactly. Are you going to
This-
come back?